Did you know Johnny Depp might be hiding a secret message in his new film? A hidden code that's so clever, you almost have to watch the movie twice to catch it. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what I'm going to dive into today. If you're someone who loves uncovering little secrets in movies, you're in the right place. Now, we've all seen movies where there's something more beneath the surface, a hidden detail or a wink from the director. Maybe it's a character's offhand comment or an unexpected prop that appears for just a second. But when Johnny Depp is involved, it's never just a simple nod. No, Depp loves to throw in a bit of mystery, and he's got a knack for putting these hidden messages into his characters and films. Whether it's through a small detail in the background, a seemingly offhand line, or even how a scene is shot, he leaves these little nuggets for us to find. And today, I'm going to talk about how Depp might have done it again in his latest movie. You see, Depp isn't the kind of actor who just plays a role. He brings a character to life by layering it with depth and, yes, even secret messages. If you've been a fan of his work for a while, you know he loves to keep us on our toes. His characters aren't just about what they say or do, there's usually something more going on, some deeper meaning behind it. He's a master at making us think, and his films are never as simple as they might seem on the surface. So, how does this hidden code work? Well, it's not always as obvious as a flashy message on the screen. Sometimes, it's more about the small, quiet details that most people might miss if they're not paying attention. For example, the way a character moves, how a scene is lit, or even what objects are in the background. In Depp's latest movie, it's all about the subtlety. You'll notice that, at first glance, everything seems normal. The dialogue flows, the plot moves forward, and the characters seem to be acting in a fairly straightforward way. But when you start to really look, the pieces start to come together. Think back to some of Depp's other films. Do you remember how we all first watched Pirates of the Caribbean and thought Jack Sparrow was just a fun, quirky character? He was charming, a bit reckless, and definitely a wild card. But then, as we watched more, we started to realize there was a lot more to him, little hints about his past, his true motivations, and his wild, yet oddly philosophical nature. At first, we might have laughed at his eccentricities, but then we began to notice that every word he spoke, every gesture he made, was part of a larger story. His character wasn't just about being a funny pirate, it was about exploring freedom, identity, and survival in a way that wasn't immediately obvious. That's the kind of thing Depp loves to do. He doesn't just give you the character. He makes you work for it. He makes you dig a little deeper to really understand what's going on. And the more you watch, the more layers you uncover. And this new movie is no different. Depp has a way of weaving these deeper messages into his roles, so you almost feel like you're solving a mystery every time you watch one of his films. The way he layers his performances forces you to pay attention and question what you're seeing. There's always something more, a hidden detail, a metaphor, a reflection of something real that connects to a larger idea. In fact, that's part of the fun. It's like a game for Depp, where he challenges the audience to find these little Easter eggs. But here's the thing, it's not just about the fun of finding a hidden message. There's usually something bigger at play. Often, these codes reflect something deeper about the character, the plot, or even about real-world issues. They're not just there for the sake of being clever. They add something to the movie that makes you think, long after the credits roll. Now, I know some people might be skeptical about all this. Are we just overthinking things, they might say. It's probably just a coincidence. But trust me, this isn't just us reading too much into things. Filmmakers like Depp put a lot of thought into these hidden details. It's part of the artistry. There's something really special about discovering these hidden elements that the average viewer might miss. It's like a secret code that only those paying attention can crack. When you spot it, it feels like you're in on a little secret that makes the whole experience that much more rewarding. And I get it, some of you might be wondering, how do we even know if there's actually a hidden message? It's a fair question. After all, not every film has a secret code, and sometimes, we can get caught up in looking for things that aren't really there. But here's the thing. Depp has a history of doing exactly this. He loves adding little pieces to his movies that might not make sense on the first watch but become clearer as you pay more attention. It's part of his style. He doesn't want to just tell you a story, he wants you to uncover it, to be a part of the experience. That's what makes his films so compelling. They invite you to dig deeper, to find the hidden layers that make the movie richer and more complex. So, how do we find these hidden codes? What's the trick? Well, it's all about paying attention to the little things. The way the movie is shot can give us a lot of clues. Take note of the colors used in a scene, the lighting, the objects that are placed in the background. All of these things are there for a reason. Depp is an actor who knows that the best details are often the ones that go unnoticed at first. And if you're really paying attention, those little things can start to add up to something much bigger. They're like puzzle pieces, and it's up to you to put them together. Think about this. Have you ever watched a scene and felt like there was something in the background that seemed off? Maybe it was a random object, or a detail that didn't seem to match the rest of the scene. But then, after you think about it for a while, you start to realize that it's actually a key part of the story. Maybe it's a symbol or an item that represents a larger theme in the film. That's how Depp works. He doesn't just throw these details in for fun, they're often connected to something bigger, a theme, a character's motivation, or even a message about society. They're like breadcrumbs, leading you toward a bigger understanding of the story. And it's not just about the visuals. Sometimes, Depp hides these codes in the dialogue, too. Think about the way his characters speak. Depp doesn't just read lines, he brings them to life with layers of meaning. Sometimes, what his character says on the surface is completely different from what they really mean. It's like a code in itself, and it's up to us, the audience, to figure it out. The more you listen, the more you realize that every word is carefully chosen to reveal something deeper. His characters often speak in riddles or metaphors, and it's up to us to interpret what they really mean. But, of course, not everyone is going to pick up on these things right away. That's part of the beauty of it. Depp wants you to engage with the film on a deeper level. He doesn't just want you to watch passively, he wants you to be involved, to try and figure out the hidden layers. It's a puzzle, and it's up to you to solve it. And when you finally do discover something, it feels like you've cracked the code. It's that moment of realization that makes the movie even more enjoyable. Here's another thing to keep in mind. These hidden codes can sometimes connect to real-world issues. Depp is known for adding social or political commentary into his films. If you look closely, you'll see that the hidden messages often reflect something bigger than just the plot. Maybe it's a message about the way society views certain issues, or a reflection on human nature. Whatever it is, it's always something that makes you think a little harder about what you're watching. Depp has always been an actor who's not afraid to challenge his audience, to make them think critically about the world around them. Now, you might be wondering how you can start spotting these codes. Well, the first step is to just be more aware of what's happening in the movie. Watch for the little details. If something feels out of place, that's usually your first clue that something bigger is going on. And don't just take things at face value. If you see something that seems random, ask yourself, why is that there? What does it mean? Start looking for patterns and connections between different parts of the film. It's not always about what's being said, sometimes it's about what's left unsaid, and it's those moments of silence or subtlety that carry the most weight. Another pro tip is to watch the film more than once. It's amazing how many things you'll catch the second time around. Often, the hidden details don't stand out until you know what to look for. So, give it a rewatch, and I promise you'll start seeing things in a whole new light. It's like reading a book again after you've learned something new. Everything takes on a different meaning once you have the context. So, now that you know the basics, let's talk about how you can take your detective skills to the next level. One thing you can do is take notes. If something stands out to you while you're watching, write it down. You don't have to jot down every little thing, but if something feels important, make a note of it. Later, you can go back and see if there's a connection to the rest of the film. Writing things down helps you keep track of all the little details, and it makes it easier to piece them together later on. And if you're really serious about cracking the code, try watching with a group of friends. Sometimes, it takes a fresh perspective to catch something you might have missed. Plus, it's fun to discuss the movie with others and bounce ideas off each other. You never know, someone else might spot something you didn't. It's always great to get different viewpoints because one person's observation might be the missing link that ties everything together. But here's the key: don't get discouraged if you don't catch everything the first time around. Remember, these hidden messages are meant to be subtle. It's not about finding everything immediately, it's about engaging with the film and enjoying the journey of discovery. The more you watch and think about it, the more the pieces start to fit together. And when you finally have that aha moment, it's totally worth it. So, what do you think? Are you excited to dive into Depp's latest film and try to spot the hidden code? Maybe you've already seen the movie and noticed a few things that didn't quite make sense at first. If you have, I'd love to hear what you found. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss the secret messages together. What details did you notice? What connections did you make? Let's see if we can uncover the code together. And if you're into uncovering more movie secrets, make sure to check out my other videos on hidden details in films. I've got a ton of content on this topic, and I promise it's going to be just as fun as this one. Whether you're into mystery films, thrillers, or drama, I've got something for everyone. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more hidden movie secrets. Also, share this video with your friends. You never know, they might have picked up on something you missed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.